For today, June 27th, 2021, coming at you at a live stream. Hopefully we got everything going here for it. Sorry, it's a little sluggish. Now I'm trying the ultra low latency for the setting on YouTube. Don't know if that's anything for it, so we'll see how we connect here for it, guys. But I got the general spoiler warning in the title, so obviously you know how it's going to go for the spoilers. We're going to talk about the Walking Dead universe as a whole. Whatever you want to talk about, let me know in the top chat, super chat. Wait for it to join a little bit. I went a little early to see how it was going. But we'll see. I got to play with the settings a little bit. I tried to look up last time about like why it was kind of really sluggish for the video, and maybe it's the computer I'm using. It's an older computer. Maybe it's not built to have it. But either way, talk about The Walking Dead. If the video live stream turns into a radio podcast, that's all right too, because I want to see the chat. I want to talk with you guys here and there too. So I wasn't here last Sunday. Felt like forever ago. And it's one of those crazy things that I'm like, man, I missed you guys. It was something that I couldn't be here for. Hopefully you guys were on the Discord with the State of Survival on this last Saturday with Chandler Riggs. I wasn't unfortunately able to get there because of my stuff for the last weekend. Let me know how it is in the chat if you were there on the Discord and just anything else going on. But thank you guys for being here. Mark, Negan1, Sheila, Kevin, Wilson. Mark says, I can't get into Black Summer, LOL. So I made a video about Black Summer because it's kind of our zombie show now to fill in the gaps until August. And it's something that, man, I'm going to do a season 1 review because I watched it. I finished it yesterday, the first season. Didn't watch the second season yet. And so it's definitely something that the show isn't the best. It's lacking. It feels like an incomplete show for me, at least. It feels like one of those things that I just don't know what they were thinking with some of the choices they made. But overall, we'll talk about that in a separate video. My guy Militon asks, hey, Bri, Q&A, do you think Huck will turn on CRM and kill her mother? So that's a World Beyond question. Huck, I think, is going to have something up her sleeve to do something for the Help Our group. Does she kill her mother, Elizabeth Kublik? I don't know. It's one of those things where I could see her doing something to help our group, and then she gets killed by sacrificing herself so the group gets away, kind of thing. Would she kill her mother? I don't know. Would she get other people on her side and go against her mother? Most likely. I don't know what's going to happen with that going forward, but I do like the idea that we should see that in season 2. It looks to be the final season. It's just something that I can't wait for it to happen later this year, if it comes out here or next year, whenever it actually comes out. Hopefully we'll find out next month in Comic-Con. So Ram says, well, it's from the creators of Z Nation. So if you didn't like Z Nation, you won't really like Black Summer then. Well, I never watched Z Nation. So I've watched parts of episodes of Z Nation. I think I've watched like the first episode of Z Nation and then little bits and pieces of it. And that was it. So sure. But the fact is like, you're going to say like, so if you don't like Z Nation, you won't really like Black Summer. Then I guess I won't like Z Nation, because Black Summer it has its moments, but overall, it's just something that feels incomplete. The chapter titles, the stuff that's overlooked, the stupid decisions that the actors make, the overacting, the lack of dialogue, the lack of explanation. So that's neither here nor there in this live stream talking about The Walking Dead. That'll be a whole separate video. I'll talk about season 1. Going to venture into season 2 because I have to see what happens, because it ends in a way that they set up season 2. Some people love season 2. Some people hate season 2. Some people think season 1's better. Some people love the show. Some people hate the show. It's all over the place. But overall, I feel like Black Summer, and I guess therefore Z Nation, is the zombie apocalypse genre stuff if The Walking Dead didn't exist. If it wasn't something that, I don't know. So we'll have to see where it goes too. So Glory of the Dead says, did you know the first 2 episodes of season 11 was leaked? Don't know, didn't see it, but there are people going around saying that they watched the first 2 episodes and they saw it and they did this. So I haven't seen it, so I haven't seen the leaks. But if it's true, then that's really crappy how that to be leaked 2 months before it's supposed to come out. I think it's a lot of hearsay. Unless I watch it myself, I don't know what to believe because there's a lot of people talking about a lot of different stuff. Like, let's talk about the trailer for a second, right? So way back when, at the beginning of June, some person on some channel, some art, whatever, said, I feel like I have a source that says that the Walking Dead Season 11 trailer will be coming out very soon. And this was at the beginning of June. It's June 27th as I make this live stream. And it's not here. We haven't seen it yet. So we were waiting and we're waiting. And then recently what came out, I'm going to do a separate video on it this week. But Angela Kang was asked the question, when's the trailer going to come out? And she replied, it's going to come out at Comic-Con. So Comic-Con this year, at least the summer version of it, is July. I think it's July 23rd through the 26th. I could be wrong around those dates. But it's ultimately what's going to happen with the trailer is going to be basically a month before The Walking Dead returns in August. So that sucks that we're going to have to wait that long. So ultimately, we'll wait where we get in July for August. Hopefully, we can get something for the World Beyond trailer too. Maybe even a short little Fear the Walking Dead trailer because they've been filming now for a little bit. I'm hoping that they get a lot of stuff there too. But well, that's where we're at. So a lot of people talking about the trailers coming out. Now people are saying they saw the first 2 episodes. What else? What else is going to happen too? So I don't know. But John Tracy says, Bri, what's the plans for your channel when the final season ends? We'll be focusing more on Fear the Walking Dead and the spinoffs. Love the channel. Good question, John. We'll get there when we get there. The Walking Dead universe is not ending for a while. The Walking Dead main show ends next year. Then the Daryl Carroll spinoff. We should have Fear the Walking Dead for another season or 2. I guess the World Beyond will be over by that time. The Rick movies. If we get a Negan show, a Michonne spinoff, there's still going to be Walking Dead content. But after that, then we'll go from there. Maybe it switches to other shows, other genre, physical therapy questions, medical questions, just stuff we have to adapt and change for sure. But it'll be a sad day when the main show ends. I just hope it's satisfying, and I know we'll be able to talk about that, but that's not till next year. So we'll see how it goes from there too. So Kami says, I loved Black Summer, to be honest. So I guess I'll say the question. I'll ask it here. If you loved Black Summer, like we know all the reasons to not like it. There's a bunch of different things. But what are the reasons to you like Black Summer? Why did you love it? What were some of the things that you really enjoyed about it? Because there's some moments on the show that were pretty cool. The way they changed things up and some different things with the heist and how they did different storytelling. And I could see what they were going for. But at the end of the day, it just felt discombobulated and just, different things. So we'll talk about that in another video coming up this week too. So last week I wasn't here because I had to handle a couple things. So we're back this Sunday, obviously right here, but I'll be back next Sunday and the following Sunday and, next Sunday's down the road, which is going to be something that, I'll be there for sure. So, yeah, Force Lord says lag. Well, if it's going to lag, it is what it is. I just got to use the computer that I have now. We're going to lag. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it too. So ultimately, The Walking Dead just came back filming Friday, I believe. I think they were off for 10 days. So there wasn't any filming going on for, a big part of June. So I guess they had a 10-day break. They're going to be back filming now. They started actually back on the 25th, I believe. One of the, people that said some stuff in another chat or a group on Facebook said that they were filming in a location that no one could really see. So I can't wait to see when we start to see more of the cast because we'll start to see who's there. And I feel like we're going to lose some people in the first 8-9 episodes. We're going to lose some people that are maybe fan favorites, maybe some characters that should have been gone a while ago, some people that are going to leave to do other shows. So we'll have to see what happens, but I feel like we need to lose some people on the cast. We need to lose people on every show because the Walking Dead universe is so, I guess, overcrowded, I feel, right? So it's something that we have so much cast on The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and World Beyond that we have to start kind of cutting some things down. And what do you do with this story? What about that? What about Rosita? What about Eugene? What about this character? What about Aiden? What about, Alden, not Aiden, Alden and Father Gabriel. And, every season we kind of lose people. So I think we're going to lose some people. The final season, I think we're going to probably lose some people to the Reapers, Walkers, maybe the Commonwealth, Civic Republic. It just makes sense that it should be, a really, really great season, and that includes big story arcs and moments that we should see. Some character loss too. So I think we'll see, some major characters down the road, and I'm going to save that actually for another prediction video over the upcoming weeks because we got a long time before The Walking Dead returns, guys. So so let's see, let's check the calendar here. So I believe that July Comic-Con is it the 22nd through the 26th? Is it the 23rd through the 26th? I'm not sure exactly what it is, if it's Thursday to Monday or Friday to Monday. But typically, The Walking Dead, I believe, was Friday panels. So they've been doing reveals every Thursdays. So they may reveal on the 22nd. Whenever the panel is for the Comic-Con panel for The Walking Dead, virtual most likely, that's when we'll get the trailer released. So if it's Thursday the 22nd or Friday the 23rd, we'll have to wait and see what it goes there. But I think it's going to probably be either Thursday or Friday, even though Thursday would be getting different reveals. And also the Origins show, The Walking Dead Origins, premieres on July 15th, and it goes all the way to the 5th. So we got 4 weeks of that, and I believe it starts the 15th. Oh, I can't remember if it's with Daryl. I think it ends with Carol. I think it's Daryl, Maggie, Neek, and Carol. I could be wrong about the lineup, but and it just seems like it's going to be a clip show about the previous moments of the character with some narration and storytelling of the actor about their character. So we'll see Daryl Dixon and Norman Reedus, Maggie Rhee with Lauren Cohan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan Smith, and Carol Pelletier as Melissa McBride. So they'll be talking about their characters and some big moments for it too. So Milton asks, Q&A, do you think Father Gabriel will have a water tower death? I don't know. I think that I personally think that Father Gabriel is going to die in season 11, but I've been saying that since season 9 and season 10 and now season 11. So he could make it to the end, and he may, but he's with Rosita now, so, kiss of death kind of thing. So we'll have to see what's in store for Father Gabriel for season 11, but will he get the water tower death? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get it. And I know the show is the show and the comic is the comic. We say it all the time. But the comic moments, if you're a comic reader, you're waiting and waiting and waiting for the big moments on the shows. And you're like, are they ever going to come? It makes you keep watching. And I know they want to differentiate things because they do want stuff to be different. And they have to for, a variety of reasons. I don't really know if it's going to happen personally. It should have already happened per the comic story arc, but that doesn't mean it won't happen here. So maybe they get surrounded by walkers, but that's kind of like cheesy by now, right? Like they should have things set up with walkers so they're not around them at all, that they should be able to have things to take care of the walkers easily. It's like if somebody gets bit by a walker now and it's not because they were surrounded or they basically gave themselves up so the group to get away, it's really stupid in my opinion. So we'll see. But I don't know. It's definitely something that I think may not happen on the show too. So Carol says, think it will all come back together one day. What's the question, Carol? Please let me know. Look, little clarification on there. What your question is. Mellow Writer 703 says, please kill Charlie, Wendell, Sarah, Lucy, the rabbi, the kids, everyone that's extra, and the painting guy on Fear. Wow, that's a lot of people Mellow Writer wants to get rid of on the show Fear the Walking Dead. I don't think they're going to get rid of all those people. I think Sarah and Wendell will be reunited in season 7. Luciana is a character that I do think could go, but they're probably going to bring her into the fold with Daniel now, the way it kind of ended with season 6. So I don't know who's going to actually be going from there. The rabbi, he's kind of a character. The kid, I don't think they're going to kill kids on the show, But Wes, I think Wes could die. And we'll see what happens with Strand and Alicia and Morgan and Grace. And so are they going to stay in Texas? Are they going to leave? So let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead. That's a good transition point. So Fear the Walking Dead is a good topic to talk about. So season 6, I feel, is the best season of the series. Some people will say 3. So between season 3 and season 6, they're the best seasons in my opinion. Season 1 was really lackluster. Season 2 was good for half a season. I think season 3 was good for half a season 2. Season 4 was a step in a different direction. But season 6, it really came together what they did for seasons 4 and 5. Killing characters off because characters weren't off the show. Writing, it's just all over the place. Well, hopefully it's on the right track. So we finally had a good villain and a major moment in the Walking Dead universe on Fear the Walking Dead with the Warheads, Texas being blown up. Teddy was a good villain, but he was only there for 4 episodes. So the way the showrunners are making it sound is that we're going to have a lot of new problems after the bomb went off. The Warheads, nuclear radiation, fallout, other people coming out of the nuclear fallout. I think that they should leave Texas. It just makes sense. Like if you blew up half of Texas or a big chunk of Texas, you need to leave the state. United States is huge. Just leave. Go somewhere else. I hear Nebraska is nice because that's where you can be connected with the world beyond. Do you think Fear the Walking Dead and World Beyond will connect? So that's my question. That'll be my poll question in the chat. Do you think Fear the Walking Dead and World Beyond will connect or should connect? Because the timelines don't add up. I personally would love for Fear the Walking Dead to go to Omaha, and then we know that they went to Omaha. We know CRM is connected with that. Our group on World Beyond never went there, even though it would be kind of cool to see Huck on there because she would kind of fit in there too, or maybe Felix. The kids weren't really there, so they were at the campus colony. So that would be pretty cool to see that connecting point. And I want to see connections. I want to see the cast come together on the shows. So if Fear the Walking Dead connects with The Walking Dead World Beyond, I don't know how they would connect with The Walking Dead because that main show is ending. So the main show is ending next year with season 11A-B and 11A-C, or part 2 and part 3, however you want to look at it. So I don't know how you could have Fear the Walking Dead season 7A and or B connect with the shows. The timelines don't really add up. But Morgan, Fear the Walking Dead, the showrunners said that they want to go past season 7. They have no plans to end with season 7. So I kind of think they're going to be standalone shows. The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and World Beyond. So, but you could connect Fear the Walking Dead and World Beyond because even though World Beyond is going to end in season 2, Fear the Walking Dead does feel like it should connect with something. We want to have the Morgan and Rick reunite moment, the huge moment where Morgan saves Rick and he's like, hey, Rick, we got to stop meeting like this or something, right? Like it's a big moment. It goes back to the pilot of The Walking Dead. Rick, Morgan need to be reunited, but if Rick's going to stay in the movies, Morgan's got to go to the movies. I don't think Rick's going to go to Fear the Walking Dead and Michonne's going to go to Fear the Walking Dead and whatever. And there's going to be a lot of people saying a lot of crazy things. And there's people all the time who say, I think Michonne's group was on Fear. I think this, I think that. They could be the start of it. That would be really cool if Morgan and Fear the Walking Dead's group were in the people walking with the soldiers, the troops, whatever, the horse and buggies, the carriages, the cattle, whatever they were, the Oregon Trail people. Michonne's group that she was going with at the end of season 10, episode 13. If that was where they were going with it, that would be really cool to have Michonne connect with Morgan and Morgan and Michonne connect with Rick in the movies. Don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know what Gimple and the writers have planned. That being said, I don't know if I have faith that they're going to connect in a way that looks good and connects, because I would. And then you have the Daryl and Carol spinoff. How's that going to be? Did they go to New Mexico? Did they go to Nebraska? Did they go to the campus college? Did they go to Texas? Do they go, like, what are they going to do? What's the point of that show? Where are they going to go if it's not to connect with Rick? I mean, I really hope they're painting themselves in the right light and they're painting a good picture that we all can, because it could be dumb. It could be really stupid. The Daryl and Carol show could not make sense. Fear the Walking Dead season 7 can go off in the middle of nowhere and not connect. What if we don't get a connection with Fear the Walking Dead? What if Morgan and Alicia and whoever survives and Strand, what if they stay in Texas on the parts that aren't contaminated with nuclear fallout? Or they go to Nebraska, or they stay in the Midwest. They never go east again. What if we never see that happen? What if we never see the connection points that we want to see? I'm like, that would be so frustrating, right? But look how many shows, series, have had a terrible final season or a terrible series finale that's like, it was all a dream. Screen fades to black. They just end up doing nothing. It's tough to really wrap up a good series finale to have all things come together. But if their plan is to have other shows and other spin-offs, I don't know what's going to be the true ending of the Walking Dead universe. Because they want to have the Walking Dead universe, per Gimple, and I guess Kirkman, but Gimple, they want it to be like Star Trek. And Star Trek has Star Trek, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, a variety of movies, the Picard show, the other Star Trek show on CBS All Access or whatever it is now, Paramount Plus, whatever that actually is now. They have all these different things and all this different stuff. And Star Trek's been around? I don't even know when that started. The 70s? It's still pertinent today. So imagine if The Walking Dead started in 2010 and it's 2030 and we still have The Walking Dead stuff somewhere, somehow, right? You're like, what? Some people are like, I never want The Walking Dead to end. But do you want it to be drug out and really not a satisfying something at all? I don't know, right? So Wilson says the comic wrapped it up well. I think so too. I think the Walking Dead comic, even though it was abrupt, it was quick. And remember all that stuff, spoiler warning, but that was so long ago now. If you don't know how the comic ended, you're really behind the eight ball because it was like so long ago. But remember when Rick got shot by Sebastian, and that's how the issue ended. And then the next issue, he was a walker, and then Carl went in and put him down, and they buried Rick. And then it was a time jump, and Rick was. So Star Trek was 1966. Thank you, Lewis Pop. 1966. It's still relevant today in 2021. That's crazy, right? So, but back to the comic, the Walking Dead comic. So Rick was killed. Well, Rick was shot, and then it started all this stuff. Can Rick survive? Can this happen? This cannot. And then Rick got killed, and then the ending was the next issue. It was definitely something that they said Rick's death is not the end of the comic. Rick can die, but they can continue on with the comic. And then one issue later, they're like, nope, that's the end. Sorry. Can't do it. It's over. Done. See you later. And I don't mind this story ending there, but don't build up all this BS and spread this, trolling. Like, the comic can survive. Carl can lead the comic. This can happen. That can happen. All this stuff can happen. Well, it can happen for one more issue. So Carl led the comic for one issue. Then the stuff happened with Michonne and the Commonwealth, and that was the end. There's no CRM. There's no other aspect that they should have, there too. So the Walking Dead show, I think, wants to be Star Trek, it wants to be Marvel, and it wants to be The Walking Dead. And hopefully it can have its own identity and stay in the fold. Everybody wants to be Marvel, right? Everybody wants to have movie after movie, 3-4 movies a year, 3-4 movies a year, big movie all come together, 3-4 movies a year, 3-4 movies a year, so many years later, so many movies together, and then have the big moment with Infinity War and Endgame, and then have all these other prequels movies and backstories and this, and then the new Avengers and this Avengers and other Disney Plus spinoffs and all this other stuff. That's what people want to have. Excuse me. That's what companies want to have. The Marvel, model. But there's only one company that does that, Marvel. There's just nothing else like it. DC struggles with it. The Walking Dead is its own thing, but you don't have like all these different things. It's not like you had a Daryl Dixon comic and a Rick Grimes comic and a Negan comic and a Michonne comic and this comic and that comic and this, all these different comics that it went, and then they all come together to have, I don't know, the Walking Dead All-Stars, Zombie Patrol, or I don't know, like Walker Patrol or something, right? You're like, what's going on here? Because the Walking Dead story is kind of what it is. So we'll see where it is, but I'm actually very excited for Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, how it ended with Season 6, The Walking Dead, obviously, and World Beyond. I'm a World Beyond fan because I'm not having high expectations for World Beyond. We need more explanation with CRM. We need that. We need something that is totally explaining CRM. And since it's the final season, I still think they are going with the final season of it. I thought it was going to be 10 episodes. Some people said 12 or 13 or 16. I don't know. There's been different reports of all those different things. And that's the problem with this stuff, is that there's all these people talking about different things, and they're saying that it's confirmed and saying that this is happening and this is happening. Like the trailer's coming out next week, or this is going to happen there, and this is going to get a spinoff, and the show's going to end this, and then we're going to get this, and that's going to be 10 episodes, 16 episodes. Or Rick's actually going to be in season 2 of The World Beyond, or no, Jadis is going to be in season 2. We're going to see familiar faces, and it's all these people saying all these different things about this stuff, and Gimple being Gimple. Well, we could see some familiar faces. You never know. We never saw a body. Madison's going to show up. You're like, just give us, and like, where is the Rick news, right? Where is the Rick movie news? I don't want to hear like, oh, Rick Grimes is in lockdown. The UK, you can't do anything. Because I watched a movie, I watched Infinite yesterday. And Mark Wahlberg filmed Infinite in England during the pandemic. He lives in California, flew privately to London. They were going to start filming, had to leave, went back, did all the stuff, went back, finished the movie, and filmed. And the movie came out, weeks ago, whatever, on Paramount Plus. So you can start filming things. You can start filming shows and movies and all this stuff in Georgia, in different parts of the world, the country, everything. So you can do it. I just don't know what's going to happen with the Rick movies. Andy Lincoln did say they planned on filming in the spring. It's summer now because summer started June 21st. So was it summer, spring, summer? Because spring's over. We're in summer. We're in June. When are they going to start filming? Is it going to be held? Is it really going to be kept that quiet? Like, I really doubt that we would never see a picture of Andrew Lincoln flying in to the Georgia airport, or the Atlanta airport. Because when people come and go through there, unless it's a private jet, which it probably would be, right? I don't know. Would they do it? Would they not? But a lot of people post a lot of different things on Instagram, and that's where we see people on vacation, traveling here, traveling there, people following different people on different shows. It's just something to see. So if you follow the people that, like Denai Garcia and Mo Collins, they're following The World Beyond now. Are they just supporting the Walking Dead universe and The World Beyond? Are they going to be on it? Are they going to connect? I don't know, but I talk about that in one of my videos, and hopefully you guys are checking out the videos. We talk about The Walking Dead all year round. Now, we may miss a day here and there too, but when The Walking Dead is not in session right now, it's on break. It's on break till August. We'll still talk about it. We'll still be talking about different topics. So I have a video topic about, I'm going to talk about Judith, Kaylee Fleming. Going to talk about different things coming up this week. I'll talk about Black Summer Season 1. Talk about the news about Comic-Con and the trailer being released there, and a bunch of different things of information that I actually trust on there as well too. So, but be careful about the speculation going around. Like at the beginning of this live stream, somebody was like, did you see that the first 2 episodes were leaked? Season 11, episodes 1 and 2. I think it's called like Acheron, part 1 and part 2. Acheron. I don't know how to actually pronounce it, but it's a river in Hades, so it's connected with Greek mythology. Is it connected with the Reapers, with the Commonwealth? I'm not sure too. So, but Zach Dixon, aka Masked Ninja, hey, what's up, guys? So thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. Last weekend I wasn't here, and it felt crappy. I missed you guys. It's definitely one of those things where like Sunday was there, and I was like, man, I kind of feel like something's off. I'm not doing a live stream, but there you go too. So Negan1 says, Q&A, what happens to Connie? She needs to be with Daryl. That's a great question. So let's talk about Connie a little bit. The last time we saw Connie, she was with Virgil or being rescued by Virgil. Or not. I don't even know if it was rescued. Virgil was on a white horse. He was the horse was walking towards Connie, who passed out in the road. Virgil looked at Connie. Connie looked up, and that was it. So is Connie going to be saved by Virgil, taken away by Virgil? I hope Virgil does the right thing and takes her to Alexandria, or I guess back to Oceanside. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I think Connie should be safe. I hope Connie is seen by our group in the first 2 episodes. Supposedly the rumor is that they're going to air on the same day. So it'd be part 1 and part 2 on probably Thursday for AMC Plus and Premier members, and then August 22nd on Sunday for people watching on AMC. But part 1 and part 2, that seems pretty cool. Never really seen that before. I've never seen 2 episodes that were a part 1 and part 2 in The Walking Dead. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time they're doing it. The episodes were both written, part 1 and part 2 were by Angela Kang and Jim Barnes, directed by Kevin Dowling, and it's definitely something that should be pretty cool to see. They usually start off some, the big moments in the season. It's the final season, so it should be huge moments. I don't know if there's going to be that many bottle episodes, but I would assume so. We have 24 episodes to see, so I think there's going to be a bottle episode here and there. Let me see, which I saw something about, like Wilson says, I heard it was leaked, but it's a rumor, right? I haven't seen the episodes, Wilson, so I'm going with it's a rumor right now. That's really poor of AMC if they got leaked already. I mean, it's less than, but just about 2 months away. We're 8 weeks out from returning. Maybe it gets leaked a week or 2 before, but 8 weeks out, that's terrible for it to be leaked potentially by it. So I don't know if it actually is. I haven't seen it, and I don't know of anything that has happened. I would assume if it got leaked and there was big moments, there would be pictures floating around. And if you follow anything on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, social media, they would be spreading like wildfire. But it's somebody somewhere. It's like, yo, I saw the episodes. I can't believe what happened, but I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Why not? Because I can't, man. They were so good that I can't talk about the episode. I can't believe that happened. I want to talk about it so bad, but I can't. There's people that are spreading that around. I don't know offhand, but I'm just saying a generalization. If that's where this rumor is coming about, but life, if you think about it, it's like high school. The game of telephone, where he said that she said about the drama, that this person said that they saw this person, they talked about the episode here, that they had a link about the episode, that the first 2 episodes were leaked, that my roommate's brother's former cousin told me about it. And he saw it. And he told me about it. And then it got shut down. So, I don't know. It's just crazy too. So, a lot of Connie and Magna questions, a lot of Leah questions here. So what happens with Magna and Connie's relationship? I don't know. I mean, Magna is a character that we saw in one of the promo photos. So she's right there with, I believe it's Kelly and Carol in the picture. And she's got like rope or something. So they're standing by a tree. So I don't know what's going to happen with Magna. I think that she is not the best character on the show. She's a better character in the comic, just for story arc and connections with stuff. They really got rid of that relationship with her and Yumiko, I guess because of Yumiko going to the Commonwealth. What would Magna do? So they kept Magna back, and Yumiko is probably going to have the Michonne story arc somewhat of her going to be, she's a lawyer and potentially be Judge Yumiko. I could see that happening too. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I just hope Connie is reunited with our group. Does she end up with Daryl? I don't know. The bigger question is Leah. I've seen a lot of hate and just rude comments about Leah on Facebook. And I don't really mind Leah. I think Leah is fine for Daryl. I know the people that want Daryl and Carol together or Daryl and Connie together. They're like, hate Leah. I hate Leah because she got with Daryl. How dare she? You're like, it's fine. Relax. It's a fictional universe. But people get crazy. People get crazy and they attack stars in the Walking Dead universe, like Josh McDermott, who played Eugene, Lauren Cohan, who plays Maggie. You're like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you go after these people in real life for them playing a fictional character? But they do. And then they shut down their Instagram and people ruin stuff. That's a fact that I've seen in life, that if there's enough people behind stuff, they ruin stuff. People ruin things and promotions at stores, people on social media, they just take it too far sometimes. And it's just, oh man, people need to separate the fact that people are actors and characters on a show. Like, it's just crazy to think that people will be like, Josh McDermott, I hate you. Eugene, I can't believe you did that. You're like, relax, bro. It's a story. It's a story arc. Let it go. You have to differentiate the stuff with the story of the characters and the actors. People have real lives and their real stuff. It just, I don't know. But people take it too far. Alexander Romero, Q&A. Do you think we will see in-depth Origins or the Commonwealth or CRM through any of the shows or new series? I would love to see that, and I was hoping that World Beyond would be the major connection with the CRM, start the upbring. We know they have a council. We know they have resources, 200,000 people, petro, agriculture, water, just everything they have to rebuild society is what the CRM has. The Commonwealth, I think it goes like Alexandria was the first big community, and then the Kingdom and the Sanctuary. But Alexandria, Commonwealth, and then like 10 steps up is CRM. Because Alexandria was a nice little community. They were sustainable. They had everything there. Commonwealth should be a better, bigger, improved Alexandria. And Civic Republic seems like a far bigger and better Commonwealth. So it's like steps up the ladder for what you have. I would love to see the origins of it, but I don't know if we will. Like, I don't know if we're going to get the origins of the virus. I don't think we're going to get origins of the Commonwealth. I don't know if we're going to get origins of the Civic Republic. I would love to see a spinoff of it, but will we? I think AMC Studios, they own the studio now. That's where they film Hilltop, Oceanside, the Commonwealth. The sets are being built there. They filmed the prison there, the Sanctuary. So AMC bought the studio for millions of dollars. They're going to get their money out of that. So we're going to get the Daryl and Carol show there, the Rick movies shot there, a Negan spinoff shot there, the Maggie or the Michonne Hilltop stuff, Tales of the Walking Dead. How are they going to do all that stuff? I really hope Tales of the Walking Dead is awesome and it connects things in a way, because there are some plot holes, some missing stuff here and there. You know, what about Heath? What about the start of the Junkyard People? What about the start of the Sanctuary? There are things that you could see that we could fill in some stuff. Commonwealth, Civic Republic, stuff there. Maybe even the start of Hilltop would be kind of cool. Oceanside. They could do little stories like that. But is it enough to have a full-fledged spin-off series? Or is it going to be one episode of, Tales of the Walking Dead? Or will it be like 2 parts of Tales of the Walking Dead or something there too? I think we can get more and more of it, and I think we will. The Walking Dead is still a cash cow for AMC. They have, they're still trying to do as much as they can with it. The bigger question is like we're ending up into July now. Next week it starts July. I wonder if they're going to take down the windmill. Because June, people said that June was the last month for the permitting for the windmill. Did they extend it? If it stays up, then they mean they extended it. If they have to take it down, that means the permit's done. And did they leave Alexandria? What's going to happen with Alexandria? You know, we still have the theory that Alexandria could fall. Do they go to Oceanside? Do they rebuild Hilltop? Do they go to the Commonwealth? Do people branch out and go different places? I can't wait to find out. And I really hope it's answered, and I think it will be too. So the next big thing for the Walking Dead universe is, well, besides every Thursday, is a reveal for the Walking Dead reveals on Thursdays. And then the origin starts on July 15th. But should be Comic-Con, the release of the trailer. And then August 15th is the Talking Dead preview special for Season 11, which is the week before the Walking Dead Season 11 Episode 1 airs on August 22nd, too. So let me see some questions. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A. If Eugene had asked Rosita to tag along his group to look for this girl, do you think she'll leave Coco behind with Father Gabriel and go with him? I think Father Gabriel, I don't know what's going to happen with Father Gabriel. Well, let's go back. I think Rosita and baby Coco, I think they go to the Commonwealth. I think more people, I think Alexandria has a good chance of falling or failing. We have Hilltop to rebuild if they're going to go that route, which I think they should. Oceanside is still viable. So if they leave Alexandria, where does Maggie's group go? Who survives Maggie's group, by the way? Where does Negan go? Do they go to the Commonwealth? I think that Rosita and baby Coco go to the Commonwealth, personally. That's just my I guess, theory or speculation. Rob K, thank you for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. I truly appreciate it. Q&A, what do you think Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 did better than The Walking Dead Seasons 9 and 10? Oof, man, that's a good one. It did better connecting things with previous seasons. Like, they had to build up with John Dory since Season 4, June, the cabin. They finally got rid of Ginny, which is always good. They set something in motion that'll change the landscape of it with the nuclear warhead or warheads with the bomb. I like that we got a new character that feels like an old character, but it's a new character that brought more to the show, John Dory Sr. I think Teddy was probably the best villain they had on Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know. Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 is really good, and I think the best of the season, or it's the best of the series. The Walking Dead, I still think, to me, Season 6 is my favorite season, and I think the best season. But Seasons 4, 5, and 6 of The Walking Dead are really tough to beat, in my opinion, in the Walking Dead universe, and I don't know if we're ever going to beat that. Walking Dead Season 9, I have to go back and watch them, 9 and 10, because it's been so long of like what kind of happened. Season 9 had to be focused around Rick in the first 5 episodes because Rick was leaving. And then we had a time jump with Judith, and they set things in motion with it. And it just seemed like it's tough to say, Rob, like what was better between Season 6 of Fear and Seasons 9 and 10. They're different. They both had their strengths and they both had their weaknesses. But it's always satisfying when you build stuff up with characters and then there's a rewarding finish. Like when we had June and John and we had the cabin dynamic. And it sucks that John Dory was killed off. But the way it happened with June, and it was just a good things coming together. We had the reunition. I don't know of Sherry and Dwight, which is good. The end is the beginning. People was kind of a good villain. I don't know if the Whisperers were like the best villain. They were a good group, but the Alpha thing was kind of another thing that was kind of worried about her daughter. Was the Alpha Lydia thing better than the Dakota and Ginny thing. Dakota was terrible, but she was supposed to be terrible. Her death is probably one of the best deaths in the Walking Dead universe. Like, it would have been satisfying if John Dory, shot her or something, or if he shot Teddy at least. But just when she got blown away with the nuclear bomb was pretty satisfying. So it's tough. It's tough to say for season 10 of The Walking Dead. It's just, I don't know how to think about it I'd have to go back and watch season 10, because season 9 and 10, we lost Rick on the show and then Michonne on the show in back-to-back seasons. The whole Whisper angle with stuff was good and bad. It was kind of cheesy, kind of good. It had its strengths and weaknesses. And it's just tough. It's just tough to rank and rate Fear the Walking Dead season 6 and Walking Dead seasons 9 and 10. It's just tough to say. But it's probably because, just to answer the question, because Rob, is that Fear the Walking Dead season 6, it was satisfying because it actually answered some things and actually satisfied some things with, like, June killed Ginny, and that was pretty awesome. So it was pretty cool too. So Havoc says, PT Channel, thoughts on maybe a show set in the future of The Walking Dead revolving around the kids of some of the main Walking Dead characters, such as Judith, RJ, Coco, Gracie's baby, or Grace's baby, maybe even son of Daryl, or Gracie even too. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool if it was like the young Walking Dead cast, but the way the Walking Dead comic ends is that walkers aren't a problem anymore. So if the walkers aren't a problem, then people are the problem. So we could have that. We could have another group, but maybe it would have to connect with the CRM or even the Commonwealth. Maybe the Commonwealth stuff breaks down. Maybe the Reapers. I think it would be kind of cool, Havoc, to have an older Judith, RJ, Coco, Grace's baby, Gracie, and just anybody else that comes along too. I think it would be pretty cool to see old man Daryl watching over the kids, the new generation kind of thing. But you have to have a problem. You have to have the antagonists for the protagonists. And by the time everyone gets older, they should have, a way of, do you really want to watch a show about people having a tough time with a windmill or the water supply is tainted? Because the life's not going to go back to normal. You're not going to go to the supermarket and the fast food place and the pizza place to go get your food to go pick it up normally, unless they have that at the Commonwealth. So I think they could do it, but I just don't know if it's feasible or not too. John Gresham says, Q&A, how would you picture the ending of The Walking Dead? It's tough to not picture it like the comic, but it's Judith and or RJ being, older, having a family, talking about things. Or I guess it would have to be Judith talking about things. Well, I guess Daryl and Carol have to leave, so they have to go out on their own. If it's not to get Michonne and or Rick, I just don't know what they're going to do. I picture it just to be like the comic. The Commonwealth is having Judge Yumiko. Different people are running it there. I guess Negan leaves. It's just so many different things. How they're going to have to... They rebuild Hilltop. They have sustainable stuff. They actually... There's a small time jump. And... I don't know. I just don't. It's hard to not think of the way the comic end for the show, in some form or fashion, and some things to definitely happen there as well. So I don't know about this low lag for the latency for it. I don't know if it's there because it's still freeze framed on me looking to the right. So it's still, if the stream is actually turning into a podcast for it, but it's kind of what it is. So I'll have to, I guess, play with the settings a little bit more too. So, but Alexander Romero again, Q&A. Could you see Dwight and Sherry leaving Texas and discovering the Commonwealth, and Dwight has his comic book story? No, I don't think that's going to happen at all. Everybody thinks okay, Commonwealth, Dwight death, Rick death, Sebastian, Pamela Milton. this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to be there like this. It's good and bad because everybody's waiting for the water tower death. Everybody's waiting for the Dwight death. Everybody's waiting for the Rick death. Everybody's waiting for the big comic moments that are left to happen on the show. And it's kind of annoying because if you are waiting for the stuff to happen on the show and it doesn't happen, do you feel cheated? Do you feel like unsatisfied? Do you feel like annoyed by it? Because you set yourself up for certain things, and if they don't happen, you build it up in their minds. Like, if anybody watched WandaVision, there was all these different theories about a character named Mephisto. And Mephisto never came around. So people were like, this sucks. I can't believe it didn't happen. So people build up all these theories for it, and it didn't happen. But if you build it up enough, I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, it's tough to see. I don't know what's going to happen with Dwight and Sherry, but I know they're going to be together now. Are we going to... What's the next step for Fear the Walking Dead Season 7? Is Strand going to be the villain? Is it going to be someone else that comes around? Are we going to get Alicia and her group versus Strand and his group? How does Morgan impact all this? Where did Althea, Charlie, Daniel, Luciana, Wes, Sarah, Rabbi Jacob, where'd they go? Or where is Althea waiting in the winds? Are they just at some safe location in Texas? Did they leave Texas? If they left Texas, other people have to go there. But how are they going to find them? It's not like they're like, hey, check my Facebook status. We're here in Nebraska. Come on down, Morgan, Grace, Alicia, Strand, everybody. Come on back. Sherry, Dwight. Meet me here. I'll reach you on the WhatsApp. I just don't know how they're all going to come together if it's not through the Civic Republic. Wilson says, Q&A, what are you most looking forward to with the Commonwealth? The film set looks huge. Probably, most likely Mercer, because Pamela Milton's okay. She's nothing great. Sebastian Milton's terrible. Mercer is probably the best aspect of the Commonwealth. I would love to see if there's a connecting point with the Michonne Elodie angle. But I don't know if they're going to do that on the show. It's not going to be with Michonne. If it does, it doesn't make sense because Michonne's not coming back. Is it connecting with Connie, Yumiko, Magna, Kelly? Who knows, right? So I would love to see that come together somehow, some way. But I'm hoping that it's the Commonwealth can give us more insight about the Civic Republic somehow, some way. But probably Mercer, I guess, is the biggest thing I'm looking forward to with the Commonwealth because he's a pretty cool character. To me, he's the coolest character of the Commonwealth story arc. Madman says, Gabe takes the White story death. You think Gabriel would be like, hey, this place is pretty awesome. Let's take it over. Because that's what happens. So for those who don't know, Dwight goes to the Commonwealth. He looks around, finds out these people are weak. They don't deserve this place. Basically, like, they're Alexandrians, but they're, just 50,000 times as big. They have more stuff. And Dwight wants to take it over. Rick shoots Dwight to earn favor with the Miltons, to say that he protected the community, because Dwight was going to have an uprising and revolution. That would have been a pretty cool story arc to see if that actually unfolds. Dwight and his group versus Rick and the Commonwealth. They fight each other. That would have probably prolonged it 5 or 6 more issues. It would have been cool to go to issue 200, but instead they went to issue 193. So do you think Gabriel is the one that's like, let's take this place over? Maybe. What if Aaron's that way too? I don't know. The most logical thing would be Negan. But could Negan die if we're going to get a Negan spin-off show? Are we just going to get a continuation of Here's Negan, his start of the Sanctuary? I mean, we'll have to see. But I don't know if Gabe's going to actually do that. Jonathan Wilder says, Q&A, when and where do you think Heath will show up between the 3 shows of the Rick movies? I don't know, man. I really don't know about Heath ever showing up again. I would think the best logical answer is Heath is in the Rick movies, because Heath was traded by Jadis to the Civic Republic, and I would assume that he went there. And he's either a walker, which would be pretty sad to see that, but after all this time, like, that's what he was. But I think that it would be pretty cool to see him in the Rick movies, and I think that's the most logical thing for Corey Hawkins to film that. And it could be a minor role, but we'd have answers. I still think and do think that Jadis, Pollyanna McIntosh, will be in the second season of World Beyond season 2. Or, sorry, the second season of World Beyond. I think that's going to happen because we could see familiar faces. So it could be Heath and Jadis. I don't think Rick's going to show up, but it could be Fear the Walking Dead people. It could be World Beyond. It could be... I think the most logical thing would be Jadis shows up there to connect the dots even more, because we want the connections. I know if you're like me, guys, we want the connections between the shows, between the cast, between all the things. It just seems, I don't know. I want stuff to connect, wrap it all up. Since stuff is ending, let's wrap it up in a nice, pretty package that is satisfying. It's been building and building and building. How long ago have we found out about the Civic Republic? The logo, the 3-ring logo. It feels like forever, right? That was so long ago when we met Jadis and the stuff that she had a connection with. And she's the main connecting point with The Walking Dead and the Civic Republic. So Jadis and The Walking Dead, Civic Republic. Althea, Fear the Walking Dead, Civic Republic. And then everybody on World Beyond, Civic Republic. So... we'll have to see. Isabel, Althea, Jadis. So we'll see how it goes down, but ultimately I'm excited to see where it's going. It feels like The Walking Dead is ending, but it's not ending anytime soon. It's not ending tomorrow. Let's get into July. Next live stream will be July. It'll be this Thursday coming up. We got another reveal of The Walking Dead. So we got the episode titles this past Thursday. We got the synopsis for the first 2 episodes. Acheron Part 1, Part 2. And then there's I'm going off the top of my head, Hunted, Out of the Ashes, just For Blood. There's a lot of stuff that should be going on. The first 8 episodes of season 11 should be awesome, should be amazing, should be back to the normal Walking Dead stuff. All the different things going on with The Walking Dead. It's just are they going to do the whole thing where it's the final season, the final episodes? They go back to the first episodes and the second season and the third season. They wrap it up and they do the collage of all the things with all the past seasons. Like a clip show kind of thing. But Rick's not there. Morgan's not there. How many people have you lost that aren't around since the first season? I can't believe it, right? So Lindsay's back, guys. Lindsay has been, I talked to Lindsay on Facebook, but Lindsay's been having some tough things going on. So I'm glad she's here. Hopefully you're feeling better. Like she says, I do apologize. It's been a rough 2 weeks since I saw y'all. I hope she's feeling better. That's a big thing. She's a big part of our moderators and everything on the live streams. If you can, Lindsay, I know Ada B was asking about the link to our Discord, and I think the link I have on the Walking Dead page or on YouTube is the link is expired because it only works so often. So this is actually a good place to have the links to go join our Discord, and I know Lindsay is kind of running that. She's doing a great job there. So if Lindsay can post a link to the Discord, I know Ada B was asking about it. Maybe anybody else if you want to go there too. So. But yeah, guys, we got 1 more minute for my live stream. The hour goes fast. Thank you, Rob K, for the super chat. If you guys can ever donate to the channel, it goes a long way. I know that it's tough times for everybody, but I'm going through a transition period right now with work and everything, and Walking Dead stuff, and YouTube is doing well, and it's off season, but it can't come quick enough for it. And I'm trying to get stuff back to everything going forward. But I truly appreciate all of the support you guys bring to the channel, whether it's just liking the video, sharing the video, being a subscriber, being a member, patrons, super chats go a long way. You know, you don't have to, donate to support, but it goes a long way if you can. We're trying to do things to, keep the channel going and growing, and it takes stuff for that too. But Ram says, Q&A, do we know if Negan knows anything about CRM when Jadis tried to trade him and he acted like he knew them when he saw the helicopter? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he knew anything about the helicopter. We just had a face like, what? It was more like a what face. So the helicopter definitely was something that probably took him for a loop because he didn't see it or didn't see it before. So I don't know. I mean, there's no way to tell. That's another thing that I would love to be some story about with, Negan and Father Gabriel are the only ones that have a connecting point with Jadis and the Civic Republic helicopter too. So